Hi everyone. I wanted to make a quick video to show you some of the new features that Seesaw just released this week within Seesaw. So there are two big things. The first one is being able to add audio to shapes or labels or images. So I have this was a paper worksheet that I kind of flipped it. I scanned it, added it to the background, and then I made labels of all the answers for the problems for students to be able to just drag and drop where it goes. So if you are teaching littles, first grade, second grade, that may still be struggling to recognize numbers, but you just need to know that they can actually solve the problem because identifying the number is not what you're looking for right now. You can add a recording of your voice to that label. So, for example, I have the number 2 here. To add a voice recording, you select the icon and then you'll notice all the little dots pop up, and then the little menu option pops up underneath. So you'll select it and then you'll select voice. You have two options. You can record your voice right there on the screen, or if you have previously recorded audio, you can upload it as well. And this goes for if this was a shape or an image, anything, you'll have the two options. In this case, I'm just going to record my voice. 2, you'll notice the image turned, or the box turned red to show I was recording. And then when I was ready, I hit that green check mark. And then once you have audio tied to an image or a label or a shape, you'll have this little audio icon to the left of it. So I would keep going. The menu, voice, record, 4, and so forth and so forth. Now I did want to show you there is a 5-minute time limit, which is plenty of time in this case. So I select it and voice, just to show you, see how it turns red. I have a cancel button. Here shows my time, how much I have left of my 5 minutes. Then I have a pause button. And then if I like it, I do the green check mark. I'm going to go ahead and exit that recording. I would keep going for all of my labels. So then when my students come to this activity, their view looks a lot like this one. They would double click on the voice icon or the sound icon. So you'll want to make sure, and you may have to practice with them depending on the type of device. If they're on their Chromebook, they're going to have to double tap that little trackpad. 2, and then it plays for them. You cannot simply just select it. It does have to be that double click on it. And I will show it with you with a shape. So let's say we're working on 2D shapes, for example. I might have this one over here. And I want to label it as well. I can scroll down to voice, heart. And students can do this as well when they're submitting work. Let's say they have added an image to show their evidence of their learning. They can add voice and explain what they did in that image. Or maybe you want them to explain how they solved the problems here. Select one problem and tell me what you did using the number line. So they could come over here. This one is actually locked, but if it's a picture that they've uploaded, it won't be locked. So I'll go ahead and unlock it for this case. So they would select it and they would go to voice for their icon. So you can also show students how they can add voice to images, shapes, and labels that they've added to their activities. Lock this back. The second new feature that Seesaw has rolled out this month is the ability to lock the size of things. So this is really great for if you're using labels in a drag and drop activity such as this one. When a student comes to this activity and let's say they want the number 4, sometimes it can be a struggle to click right on the center of that square, especially if they're using a trackpad. So oftentimes they may end up clicking one of these little dots on the side. And when that happens, they end up changing the size. And then they're trying to fix it and they become frustrated. So, what you, the teacher, can do, you you don't want to lock it altogether because then they're not able to drag and drop it. So you'll select the little menu, those 3 dots underneath, and then go down to lock. And now you have 2 options. You have lock all, which means you are locking it in place and the size of it. So they would not be able to move that. So we do not want to do that in this case. I just want to lock the size. So now when I do that, you'll see when I click it, those little boxes all around it do not pop up. So now there's no chance of them accidentally put it on the right one, accidentally resizing it, making it too small, too big, and becoming frustrated with the activity altogether. So those were the 2 new things that Seesaw released this week in February. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out and happy learning.